take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted.
Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are in the kitchen. I have a whole list of recipes that we are going to be making today. We're going to be starting off with a family favorite chicken crock pot recipe, and I'm also going to be sharing my most requested recipe ever. So if you are new here and you like decorating, DIY, recipes, cleaning, and planner videos, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. First up this morning, we are going to get our crock pot all fired up with creamy Italian chicken. This is a great recipe because it's very versatile. You can have it on top of rice or on noodles, and I have yet to come across somebody that hasn't liked it. So you will need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken breast. You're also going to need one of those small packets of good seasoned Italian dressing mix, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, about 1/2 cup to a full cup of chicken broth. Now I like to use that better than bouillon base. To me it has so much more flavor than the broth that comes in a can. You're also going to need 1 block of cream cheese and just an assortment of seasonings. Before I put my chicken in the crock pot, I like to cut the larger chicken breasts in half. I just think they cook better that way. Now you can also season them well with a little extra garlic powder and Mrs. Dash, and I also like to add about 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Then just sprinkle on the packet of good seasoned dressing mix, combine your chicken broth and can of cream of chicken soup, and pour it all over top of everything. Cube up your block of cream cheese and add it to your crock pot. Cover everything and cook on high for 4 hours or low for 6 hours, or until your chicken reaches the appropriate temperature. Deep dish pizza casserole is one of those really simple recipes that I make for my kids, you know, for lunch on a Saturday afternoon when we're watching movies or just when we have the munchies. I use Pillsbury Grand biscuits for the crust, some leftover tomato sauce, and you can top it with all of your favorites. We like to use chopped green peppers, pepperoni, and a ton of cheese. Once you have it layered with everything that you love, bake it in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Remember to go light on the sauce to be sure that your pizza casserole tastes the best, and I guarantee you will have no leftovers. Probably my most requested recipe on my channel is for my homemade tomato sauce, and today I am making sauce with some ground mild Italian sausage, onions, green peppers, and zucchini. I really do think that once you make an easy homemade sauce that you love, you will never ever again use a bottled sauce from a store. In a large pan with some olive oil, start browning your ground sausage, breaking it up as you go. When you're about halfway done, you want to add some finely chopped onions, zucchini, and peppers. I use my food processor for this, and it does a really great job, or you can just chop them by hand. Continue to cook your ground meat and vegetables until the sausage is done and the veggies are soft. At this point, you can deglaze the pan with a little bit of wine. This is completely optional. You can leave it out entirely, but I like to use whatever I have on hand. And today I think I have some white wine. So you're going to let the alcohol cook off for a little bit, and then you're going to add 1 28-ounce can of tomato puree and a 28-ounce can of tomato sauce. Add about a half a cup of water to each of these cans to swirl around, and then add that to your pan as well. As far as seasonings go, I always feel that with tomato sauce, you really need to be generous with the amounts that you add, yet it's always a matter of taste, so only add the things that your family really likes. Now for our family, we love garlic, so I add a lot of extra garlic powder, Mrs. Dash. I also add 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, a tablespoon of basil, a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of rosemary as well. Sometimes I'll put a few shakes of Worcestershire sauce in there, and I always add a good heaping teaspoon of red pepper because we like a little heat to our sauce. As with any tomato dish, you should always add some sugar to it. And for us, we add at least 2 tablespoons of sugar. I think it helps to balance out the bitterness of the tomatoes, and also it balances out the heat of the red pepper. The last thing that I add could very well be the most important thing, and that is really good grated Pecorino Romano. Now, to me, the best authentic Italian Romano cheese is Locatelli. It's the only kind that I will put in my sauce. It's the only kind that I will have at my table. And truth be told, I am known to travel with this cheese because I am a bit of a snob and I can't always find it wherever we go. So I carry it with me. Now, doesn't everybody do that? I promise you, if you just try this cheese, even one time, you will never ever go back to any other kind. It is really that good, and it makes all the difference. So that is my tomato sauce recipe, by far the most requested recipe on my channel. I have been wanting to try this recipe for peach cobbler muffins for a while. I don't really have all of the exact ingredients that I'm gonna need, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway. We'll see what happens. But this recipe is from the Busy Baker, and I'm gonna leave a link to her website down below. So I don't have any fresh peaches, but I do have some canned ones that I'm going to try to use in this recipe. You also need some whole milk, which I don't have that either, but I do have some heavy cream, so we're going to throw that in. And to be honest, my baking powder may be questionable, but you know, other than that, I seem to have everything else I need for this recipe. First, we're going to get all of these peaches chopped up, mix them with the dry ingredients so they don't sink to the bottom when they're baking. I love recipes like this that you just need one bowl to mix everything in without getting out your hand mixer. So once everything is all mixed together, fill your muffin tins about 3/4 of the way full. This recipe has a great crumb topping, so we're going to mix that up and put it on top. Top the muffins with the streusel topping and any remaining peaches. You want to bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes or until they are nice and golden brown. So this is how the muffins turned out. They may not be the most successful muffins that I've ever made, but they are really, really good. Next time I make them, I'm going to use all the ingredients in the recipe, which I'm sure will give me a much better result. I'll leave all the details of this recipe in the information section down below. Back to our crock pot. Our creamy Italian chicken is all done. I'm just going to shred the chicken up just a bit, stir it back into the sauce, and it will be ready to go. Tonight we are serving it over some rice with a side of broccoli. This is just as good served over pasta with a side salad and makes really great leftovers. I hope you guys will give some of these recipes a try. If you try my homemade tomato sauce, I would love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All the details to these recipes can be found in the information section down below. And while you're there, please don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. Don't forget to join the My Bashful Life community over on Facebook. We really have a good time over there, and you are sure to come away with a smile or a recipe or two. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have. Be kind to each other, stay safe, and I will see you again soon. Bye!